Shiwo science! The science behind superpowers! Whoa! Oh. Whoa. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Shiwo Science with me, Shiwo.
And me, Vishnu!
Today in Shiwo Science, we will be talking about the science behind superpowers.
This episode will be divided in two parts.
In the first part, we will talk about what superpowers science may soon be able to give us. And we will also talk about what scientists are doing to develop real-life superhero gadgets like invisibility cloaks, Iron Man suits, jetpacks, and more.
In the second part, we will be talking about some superheroes in our animal kingdom. From a creature that never dies to another creature which can reach top speeds of almost 400 kilometers per hour.
Well, what are we waiting for? Put on your Iron Man suits, because Shiwo Science is about to get super!
Just saying, I might make some few appearances today.
Mr. Walker!
No, I'm Mr. Runner, Mr. Walker's long lost cousin.
What happened to Mr. Walker?
He dead. Let's talk about how superpowers can be turned into realities in science.
Flying. There are real-life jetpacks being developed by multiple companies, including Gravity, Daedalus, and Martin Jetpack, a Kickstarter project fully devoted to creating the ultimate personal flying machine. Individual creators have also taken on the challenge of flight, one of them being Yves Rossi, a pilot from Swiss International Airlines. Scientists think the equation F minus mg equals ma equals 0 might help with discovering a driving force of flight that could generate its own energy and be lightweight at the same time.
ESP. Many people claim ESP is real, but it still has to be proved. It is a conversational topic, as are the topics of ghosts and cryptids, and so is not taken seriously by the general public. But scientists are looking into humans having potential sixth sense that they can unlock to literally read other people's minds.
Invisibility. Prototype invisibility cloaks were made by scientists at the University of California and by researchers in Japan that were reported on NDT-TV. The cloaks are transparent to the point you can see through the person, but not exactly invisible. However, if we develop these prototypes, we can make a full invisibility cloak as seen in Harry Potter.
Electricity and weather powers. Nobody can control the weather yet, but researchers that are part of the Arcadia group use Tesla coils to commence an electric fight. Electric powers are being developed, but are not perfected at the time, as is the case with most of the superpowers we are talking about today. In order to summon one lightning bolt, a person will need to use 120,000 calories. We would need to have some fat superheroes.
I am the world's most evil villain!
What the?
I'm the world's most evil villain! Again. Wow, you gained a lot of weight.
I think I ate a bit too many hamburgers.
It gets easier and easier over the years. My wife told me, stop being a villain, but did I listen? No. Laser shooting. Wouldn't it be so cool if you could shoot lasers from your eyes? Seok Hyan Yan and Mount Gather are physicists that work on making a cell work like a laser. Using a pump source, an optical cavity, and a gain medium, they were able to make the human cell shoot a concentrated and high-energy beam of laser light. The laser, however, was not concentrated enough to damage not many strong metals. I guess it's just as good that we don't have this superpower yet, because otherwise people would walk around roasting everything to a crisp. Literally, not figuratively, because it's easy to do figuratively.
You're so ugly you make onions cry! Don't try that at home, kids.
Shape-shifting.
The main scientific problem with shape-shifting is that a person cannot add or remove mass that isn't already in the body. Changing the body is possible, obviously, as we can see in the case of growth, but you can't suddenly grow to an enormous size in a minute, hour, day, week, or month.
Metamorphosis is a process of maturing and becoming a different creature, as can be seen with caterpillars and tadpoles. But again, that takes several months at the fastest rate of change. X-ray vision. Massachusetts Institute of Technology has developed a start to X-ray vision called the Kentic of the future. It uses Wi-Fi signals to slowly construct images of objects behind walls. Cool.
Breathing underwater. So you want to be the next Aquaman, huh? A new mineral has been discovered that has the capability to suck the oxygen from water. Guess what it's named? The Aquaman crystal. No joke. And using it, a man lived for 31 days straight underwater. Let's give him the seal of approval. No pun intended.
Echolocation. Well, we could just talk to bats and dolphins. Nah, I'm joking. Some biohackers have found a way to use cybernetic implants to sense magnetic fields. This could be a game-changing revolution for blind people, but a lot of progress has to be made in the field before it actually happens.
Pyrokinesis. Here's the science behind the Human Torch. Thermodynamics suggests that a person would have to generate 950 million joules to flame fire up at 5,000 degrees Celsius. This is confronted by a huge problem, however, that all amino acids in the person's body and the water content of the body would be lost at those high temperatures, resulting in death. Man's still not hot.
Enough with the big shock references. It's sort of a one-time use power, but even that is exaggerating. It would basically be killing yourself with fire. Lame.
I have been working as a mailman for the past 666,666 years. So I wish I blew up in flames.
I didn't know people lived that long.
Crazy people.
Night vision. Now I know what you're thinking. Just buy night vision goggles for $50 and bam, you're a superhero. But we're talking night vision in your jeans. A chemical has been found in certain abyssal fishes that lets you see far into the dark. And you may want to skip this part if you're queasy. A volunteer's eyes were injected with the chemical so it could be tested. The good news is that the volunteer was not harmed in the short term anyway, and the test was a success. The volunteer could see up to 50 meters in the dark clearly for a short span of time.
Wow, injecting chemicals into people's eyes? Yep, that's science, kids.
Speaking of night vision, why do I have to deliver mail so late at night? Seems like it's 27 o'clock.
I didn't know there was a 27 o'clock.
Crazy people. A cat. I've never been chased by a cat before, only dogs. The more you know.
I didn't know there was a such thing as a cat attack.
Crazy people.
Creating magnetic fields. To actually create magnetic fields like Magneto from X-Men, you would have to create an interior electrical circuit with coils inside it.
The magnetic energy stored inside it would be found by a complicated equation where E would be the energy, N would be the number of coils in the circuit, A would be the cross-section of the circuit, L would be the length, and I would be the current, and microsymbol 0 is a constant. If we plug in this equation to another logical equation to solve for L, it proves that the temperature inside would be enough to fry the inside of the person's body.
Self-healing. Not much of scientific progress has been made into this superpower, although scientists are looking at tiny implants that could help the body's immune system or body healing work faster at certain times by diverting the body's resources and to its healing and or defense. Nanobots can be related to this because there are certain types of nanobots in development called microbivores that aid diseases quickly, and there are healer nanobots also in development that can heal and replace broken body tissues and maybe even fix bones. Instead of having surgery for all this, scientists are working to make little pills that have nanobots within them that you can swallow.
Super speed. There is a sort of jetpack being developed that is not useful for flying, but instead expels bursts of air to make you run up to 3 times faster than your actual speed. And it's lightweight.
Bulletproof. Bulletproof police vests use a material called Kevlar to block bullet impacts. Maybe scientists could implant a sheet of Kevlar into someone's chest, although there are multiple problems that would have to be solved. Designers are working on making lightweight Kevlar sheets, and there are also sheets in development that work sort of like a chainmail in the way it stops cuts. Genetic engineering is giving us more opportunities now. Using it, we might be able to genetically modify humans to have thicker skin that could even resist bullet impacts. That, however, is way, way, way into the future.
Climbing walls. The gecko is practically the next Spider-Man. It can climb walls using sticky pads built into its toes. DARPA has tried to copy the gecko and made a Z-Man program that uses van der Waals force to help the user climb a vertical wall by sticking to it with powerful suction cup-like attachments that are motor-powered and work by removing air from the area under the suction cup. Stanford University, as well as others, are working on modifying DARPA's design in a way to make it carry heavier weights.
Super memory. Hyperthymesia is a condition that makes you have an exceptionally detailed autobiographic memory. You cannot choose to have this condition though. However, you're simply born with it. Super strength. There's a military exoskeleton, SU, which makes it easier to lift heavy objects. However, there has to be an easily transportable energy supply for it to actually last more than a couple minutes long. It was made by the US Army and Revision military, and some variations allow it to actually be controlled by your mind. However, it is still a work in progress. There's a genetic disorder that a boy named Liam Hoekestra in Michigan has that makes your body grow muscles abnormally. As a result of this, Liam could lift more weight than most adults when he was a toddler.
I don't need superpowers. I could just lift my toothbrush with one hand. It made me break a sweat.
I didn't know people could be that weak and survive.
Crazy people.
So that was the science behind superpowers, part 1.
If you like this video, please be sure to watch part 2, which is a continuation of this episode.
In part 2, we will explore the amazing superpowers of the animal kingdom, and there will be a lot of surprises along the way.
Please be sure to like, subscribe, and watch all the Shiwo Science videos.
And comment your opinions down below in the comment section. See you next time.
Adios!